Good morning, good evening, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. And I am Tim, back once again for the Speed Force Racing GP2 Series Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the Season 9 finale for the GP2 Series. I am joined, as always, by my co-commentator, Oliver, and also a third man today, Macaulay. How are you both doing today?
Yeah, I'm sound. We are all gearing up, ready to go. Final race of the season for GP2, and the final race ever for season 9. And before we move over to the decade season of season 10, so that's gonna be that'll be great. Almost it's been fun doing season 9. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the final day's race with you, Tim Stead. We've been together for a long while now doing these sorts of races, and it's been enjoyable. And it's good to have Macaulay as well to do some very fair analysis, let's just say.
Yeah, I'm taking a break from racing, not an indefinite break, but yeah, just relaxing. I've been racing for a long time, like a long time, about a few months, multiple races day in day out. So, just nice to have a break for once. So I thought I'd join you here because I didn't want to feel left out, and I love it. So,
You're going to be our Anthony Davidson today.
I am the Ted Kravitz.
I thought we agreed on Anthony Davidson.
Well, speaking of which, though, Macaulay, you do know these drivers. You know the ins and outs of how they race and what to expect. So who do you think is going to be strong today around Abu Dhabi?
I mean, looking at the people in here, like, you got to go for the likes of Timo and Ivan. He's very quick in time trial, and he's obviously won a race this season as a reserve, so you got to consider them too. And then there's Max Cyrus as well. He's been very consistent throughout the season. So yeah,
Is Jim a sound? Is Jim a shout?
China's always a shout. It's just, I don't want to make this sound rude or anything, but he's sort of somewhat accident prone on lap ones. My mind goes straight back to Mexico, where I look behind me and he's in the wall, and there's about 4 others with him there.
Yeah, true point.
Yeah. So yeah, if he can get past the opening laps, he's always in the shout for the podium.
If he loves Jim, he's going to set our very first lap.
Yeah, currently on an out-lap is the Ferrari of Jim, and of course we do remember that win, I believe, back in Monza, where he got the pole and was able to take that Ferrari to the top spot of the podium. And then, of course, as you said, in Mexico, he got the pole once again, and then just had a little bit of an issue. And, you are correct, Macaulay, that it does seem a little bit of hit or miss with Jime, but so far, so good for him. However, though, while we're talking about the Ferraris, we do have an update from the race last week. For those of you who may not remember, it was a last lap dash between the two Ferraris of X-Gamer and Jime, and I think Jime was ultimately credited with the win initially, but the 3-second time penalty that X-Gamer got on the last lap was overturned by the stewards, and he has officially been credited with that win. It has come to my attention just earlier this week.
So X-Gamer got the victory after a very close finish in that race. We got no Timo. Timo is retired from the session, so that's him. He's retired for the session in the pits, so that's his qualifying ban, I presume. I believe.
Does Timo have a qualifying ban? I wasn't aware of that.
Timo just retired in the pits.
Oh. Either he has a qualifying ban, or he's doing a last to first in honour of our championship winner, Colin Robb, who wasn't here tonight.
Well, since we're at the final race of the season, Macaulay, how would you sum up your season as a whole?
Well, it's been hit and miss, really. I started the season awfully. I remember I qualified 17th in Bahrain, then I had a run of DNS, and I scored some decent points, but I didn't get the podium, which I wanted. That was the one thing that was nagging me throughout the entire season. I got there in Mexico, but Rob got his penalty removed, so I finished 4th in there. Yeah. I mean, so much you can do about it, though. Just move on to next season, really.
Have you got any motors going into next season?
What's that story?
Have you got any motors going into next season?
Just win, really. That's all I want to do. If I get the podium, I want the win after that. We'll see what follows.
So they come in now, bloody hell.
So Langsfeld in the looks like the Williams actually just at the fastest lap time, a 1:35.722. The Norloser in the Alpine, a 1:35.958. Now Odd Ivan in the McLaren, a 1:35.686. Odd Ivan, of course, the winner from the Mexican Grand Prix just a few weeks ago, and now on the pole, or provisional pole so far here at Abu Dhabi.
Train Game now says the fast lap of the race of 1:35.6 on the medium compound tyre.
That's an amazing lap from Train Game. Wow.
So if Train Game's got that sort of pace then, Tim, do you really think he's going to deserve a shot for victory?
I think it's very possible, especially the fact that he is on the medium tires. I mean, a 1:35.6, that is just rocketing around this race course. So Train Game, wow, maybe going for the reverse strategy, but from somehow closer to the front than what anyone would really expect.
I mean, then again, we are on the first runs yet, so people are probably just trying to...
Oh, to Jonas got a little loose out of the penultimate corner. Just to put it to P4 though. McLaren looking pretty strong today.
We're currently watching Matty in the Haas. He is a reserve driver today. Both Haas drivers actually are reserve drivers today. Carbon Rob, your champion, who actually won all the way back in Australia, decided not to run the final races of the season after clinching his championship round to give other drivers a chance. So that's why you see Matty in one of the Haas cars, and then Mansell in the other Haas car, substituting for Carbon Rob's teammate of Trench. Mansell in 11th with a 1:37.006. Matty currently on his flying lap, about to set a time, just now going through the second sector.
So Macaulay, what would you be your best chances for an overtake on the track? Because it's never it's not really an overtaking circuit when it comes to Abu Dhabi, isn't it?
Yeah, there's only like 2 realistic overtaking spots, maybe 3 if you're feeling brave. It's on the 2 main straights and maybe into the chicane at the end of the first sector. Other than that, you just got to bide your time, really. Just wait, pretty much. You can charge your battery in the final sector, just wait for the launch onto the straight, and yeah, just... It's an awkward track, really.
Is it?
No.
So is you saying that qualifying is very important today?
100%. It's probably one of the most important qualifyings of the season. Up there with the likes of Monaco.
So speaking of qualifying, we do have an update from Timo. Apparently he is trying to get his first driver of the day by going from last all the way to the front.
It's already had his few driver of the day, so what are you on about?
I'm just saying that's what he said in the chat.
I remember I took a driver of the day off him at Imola, which he wasn't very happy about, but yeah. I mean, I would say something, but it's not very professional for stream, but yeah.
You know what? I got a bit of an idea. Let's rate some of the drivers throughout their seasons. I'm going to start with Timo. Timo's been extraordinary since Hungary, pushing Carbon Rob to the absolute limit. He's had pretty much one of my drivers of the season because he just joined us so far through halfway through the season, and absolutely stormed it with consistency, with wins and everything else, and podiums. You have to give Timo's season a solid 9 or 8 just for a season, just for half a season.
And, truthfully, you really do, because Timo, he's been so impressively consistent. And, I believe it was Hungary that was actually the first race that he joined. And as we've talked about,
that's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Oh, yeah. And he just kept winning and winning. See, Oliver, sometimes I just don't hear things. But he kept winning, he kept getting podiums, just like you said, Oliver. And we have talked about it a lot, you and I, wondering what if he had been racing at the beginning of the season. How close would that battle have been between him and Carbon Rob?
Can I answer this? Honestly, I don't think it would have been close at all, to be fair. I think Timo would have stopped this league if he started in Bahrain.
He's moving to GP1 next season, so...
Yeah, if I'm not sure you two are aware of this, but he won the final race in GP1 in Saudi Arabia.
I was there commentating with I don't know who was someone. I did comment on that race.
Disrespect to the other guy.
I can't remember who, but I need to look back on that stream.
Sounds it.
Extraordinary race, actually, in Jeddah.
So just watching Jime in the Ferrari at the moment, a 136.114 is his best lap time so far. Good enough for 7th. Of course, last week's winner of X Gamer just ahead of him, a 136.008, but that's on the medium compound tire. That was a Haas car dipping out of the way to let
Just
John
watching Morris about to come through. Just watching Morris now just go through the final couple of corners. Oh! And a bit of a kick of the rear end as well. Gonzalez to 5th though.
And John goes to pole, a 135.273
Wow.
for the Ferrari. Beating Train Game Wow was 135.671. Of course, I had Ivan in 3rd with a 135.686. Just over 7.5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. And so far, these times are starting to look very close.
Remember though, Train Game did that first lap on medium tyres, so there's still a lot of time to find in that for him.
I was about to say, Traeger's got a good car underneath him.
So let's take a look at Crowhawk now in the Alfa Romeo, who spins it and goes into the wall. That's a front wing done for the Alfa Romeo. So we'll take a look now at the Red Bull of Max Cyrus, who goes to pole, a
Max Cyrus
135.246.
Wow, nice lap from him. And to count that off, that's 26 thousandths faster than Jime.
That is
Unreal.
That's an incredibly close lap time, too. A 2.46 to a 2.73. And then, of course, Train Game Wow, like you said, on the medium tires, it was a 6.71. So I'm wondering what Train Game Wow can do on that soft compound tires, which looks like he has fitted in the pits. Whether or not he actually wants to run a lap on those, I guess, is yet to be determined. So far, he's looking pretty good, though.
All divers just in a purple second sector. It's gone a 10 faster than his previous time.
Still needs to find about 3 tenths then in this final sector if he wants to put it towards pole. Which he's more than capable of doing with the talent that this man has.
Guys, I'm sorry, I didn't even hear the name that you said.
Aldelvin.
Ivan.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
McLaren.
Papaya.
So Ivan in 5th now because Norloser goes quickest, but then a little bit of a wiggle there. On Ivan goes to 2nd, a 135.234 to Norloser's 135.183,
wow.
and to Jonas, a 135.019.
McLaren team, they're really looking strong today.
A 1.3 that could have been a
dropping like
1.2
flies.
if Ivan hadn't had that little wiggle.
I feel you gotta come out now if you're training game because the times are only going to get quicker and you're going to be out of the top 10.
Oh, and Rogue
in
Smithy
no
is actually out of the session. He's just crashed right before the second DRS zone.
time. Oh dear.
So yeah, so what happened there, Macaulay, with that Elvin? How could you lost that a little bit amount of time? Is it just due to the wiggle? Did it quit on the power a little bit too early?
I mean, it must have been really like you always feel you can carry a bit more speed into the corners. Like you both race. You always feel there's time to be found everywhere. You know, it's like you push it slightly more into corners where you wouldn't usually do that, and the final corner can be one of them. You know, like if you put the power on the curb on the inside, the car's just gonna light up the rears and it's going nowhere. You know.
Yeah.
And you got to slam the brakes just to keep it, and that costs you probably about 2-3 tenths on that final run, or that final corner even.
This that analysis, Tim. Ain't that lovely?
It is. As we watch Martin in the Red Bull, but he has got 2 Papaya Orange McLarens in his way. One of them dips down out of the way. Is the other one going to as well? Yes, he is, as soon as possible, in order to allow Martin to go and continue his lap. Maybe Martin got a little bit of a slipstream. What little bit it would be viable down that small straightaway. And through the final corner, let's see what kind of lap time Martin can lay down. He goes to 12th, a 136.127.
Trenke still hasn't come out yet. He's still waiting. I've been knowing into him. He's probably waiting for the track to really rubber in, because track evolution is quite good around here when it comes to qualifying. Now Martin just went across. Martin just went across the chicane. Didn't bother to the chicane. He went for the newer style hairpin.
He's followed the 2021 track route.
Yeah. Now, is that allowed?
It's an awkward one, really, because I'm pretty sure there's a rule, something about that, where like you can't cut corners on your outlet.
Martin just crossed the.
Yeah, I saw it on stream.
Martin is cutting the track.
I mean, I'm not sure how much time there is. 3 minutes. He should be able to get in and out in time again. So,
I think that's probably what he's doing. He's probably rushing to get to the pits.
Yeah.
And Trey Game is out on his outlap now, and so is Max Iris, Matty, Mansell, and Calvin.
Just about everyone's starting to come out on track now.
So watching
the
Morris.
26th of January is so good.
Yes, it is.
Why is that?
Oh, don't.
Tim, do you know what day it is today?
Oh, I do know exactly what day it is today. And, you know, we left this choice up to Oliver. Last week I told him that...
Oh, here we go. Brace your ears.
On his birthday, I told him I would sing on stream if he wanted me to, and we left the choice up to him. If we gave him a yes or no ultimatum answer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
yes.
Brace your ears. Brace your ears.
Today is Oliver's birthday. I said I'd sing to him on stream. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it as soon as the qualifying is over because we got 2 minutes remaining.
I've just been trolled so hard. I've muted my microphone and everything.
Well, I don't want to take away from the drivers. We are getting a little bit close here, and Morris is in 10th place at the moment, and we have been watching him. I certainly don't want to take away from them, but during that little interim, while we do our predictions, you are getting a birthday song, my friend.
Macaulay, all I'm thinking about is just what happens when Tim's mic cuts out when he does the high note.
No!
Morris actually got up to second!
Wow!
Morris, 1:35.085. Morris, man!
You can't blame finding 8 temps only on track evolution. That's a brilliant lap from the man there.
So Matty, he's on a lap now. His best time so far, a 1:36.431. Mansell, a 1:37.006 as well, just behind him. And both of those Haas drivers on a lap. Looks like Matty is the furthest back. So we'll switch over to Mansell and watch him. He's in the 3rd sector. And he really needs a good lap time here. This might be his last chance at it unless he wants to put an extra lap on those soft compound tires, and that really would not be advisable if you ask my personal opinion. But just 2 more corners to go. Let's see what he can do.
Trey Game is getting a slipstream from his teammate of KXI down the back stretch. The Alpha Tauris are anti-slipstreaming, and Train Game got a purple 1st sector. He's gone purple in the 1st sector. And he's just got a slipstream for his teammate from down the 1.2 kilometer back straight. So Train Game and KXI are really teaming up at the moment. Train Game is going down the 2nd sector now. I'm really intrigued what this is going to benefit him.
I'd be stunned if this isn't a purple sector with a toe all the way down the back straight.
It's got 4 tenths faster. It's got 4 tenths faster than his previous.
Train Game knows this is the best chance of the season for him to get a pole position. He needs this final sector to get hooked up properly.
I'll leave you to do the rest of that for Train Game if you want.
And Train Game in the 3rd sector now as Matty, he really did not have much of an improvement there in the Haas car, but Train Game out just a few more corners to go, looking very good so far, and he seems to be just nailing these apexes and nailing these exits.
Needs to be a 34 to beat. Oh! Here he comes, Tim.
Has he done it?
Corner, and as he crosses the line, Train Game, wow, he will go to 135.205.
Oh, what, 35.205, my word.
Now, to Jonas is on a lap. So is Norloser. He's been looking fast today, too, in the Alpine. Norloser, he is just now approaching the 3rd sector.
So Jonas is invalidated.
Yes, he is. So Norloser, he is purple in the 2nd sector now, through the 3rd sector now. A very nice exit out of that little chicane.
Norloser looking really comfortable in that car, but he needs a 34.8 or 34.9 to beat Jonas.
Yeah, he needs to find probably about 2 tenths here on his lap if he wants to take that pole position. Because I believe he said Jonas invalidated the lap, so he's finished for qualifying. We've still got Max Iris on a lap as well, I believe, or he might have crossed that before time expired.
Here he comes, Norloser comes round, and it's going to be 34.6!
Wow!
A 134.644 for Norloser. Now, Macaulay, you said he needed to gain 2 tenths. I think he did that.
That was close to 2 seconds and 2 tenths, my word.
Norloser's the GP1, please.
That's probably a lap of the season.
Holy moly!
Drive up to P2.
Well, Tim, Morris has actually got one of his best qualifying of the season as well. P5 for it. Well done to Morris.
And that is going to be a real confidence booster for Morris. Of course, this season has not turned out the way that he expected, and certainly not the way that he had hoped. But Morris has still had some decent results to show for, so that's nothing to scoff at. And maybe if he can just get one good result, one final good result for the season, he can carry that confidence into the next season, which does start in just 2 weeks' time.
I'm so excited. A decade of SFR. Oh boy, Macaulay.
Hello.
Well,
The qualifiers ended. Brace your ears, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
that it has.
You've forgotten something. We've got to go through a qualifying order.
Oh
We
yeah.
gotta go through the qualifying order. Yeah, we do actually. We
I'm
do,
just
because we only have 40
waiting for
seconds.
I'm just waiting for Tin Might to come out when it cuts out when it cuts on the high notes.
Hey, I have to be a man of my word. I said it on stream last week.
Oh dear.
And your official qualifying results for the GP2 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is Norloser in first, Jime in second, third is to Jonas, Max Cyrus in fourth, fifth is Morris, sixth is Train Game Wow, Odd Ivan in seventh, eighth is Langfell, Crowhawk in ninth, 10th is Frederick Sonichawk in 11th, 12th is X Gamer Mansell in 13th, Martin in 14th, Maddie in 15th, Rogue Smithy in the 16th position, Luke Bailey in 17th, 18th is Calvin Racing, KXI in 19th, and Timo from 20th going to try to go from dead last to the top spot of the podium.
Macaulay, brace yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself.
So for those of you who've just joined in, you don't know what we're talking about here. Last week on stream, Oliver mentioned that he'll be able to commentate with me on his birthday, which is today. And he is 25 years old. And I said on stream that if he wanted me to, that I would sing happy birthday to him. He said yes before the stream started today. I have to be a man of my word, so I am locked into this now. I'm locked into this commitment, much like a lifelong marriage that you hate. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Oliver. Happy birthday to you. There you go.
There you go. I'm actually surprised his mic didn't cut out.
I'm on the commentary mic today. It's actually a high-quality microphone.
You see that? Macaulay's all silent.
Grazie guriate.
Oh wow.
Wait, what language was that, my friend?
That's Italian.
See, I don't know Italian.
Neither do I.
All right, so now that that part's out of the way, it is time to get back to business and get back to the serious stuff.
I think Tim's dignity just been lowered.
No, actually, I'm still pretty much riding on cloud 9 after my podium on Monday, so we're gonna be okay.
I knew you were going to say that.
I understand why Tim lowered his mic a few notches now before the stream started.
Because he's very happy that he's got his first ever league racing podium. Congratulations from us, Tim.
Yeah, and you know what? I really do appreciate it. And, I got to thank again Smoke and my teammate Sander, being there and helping me out. And Sander, he's ran such a fantastic season. Unfortunately, he came up just one spot short in the championship. But congratulations to the Bear on claiming the inaugural GP5 championship.
Right, prediction time for the final time in Season 9.
Well, I'm going to go in any order. Train Game Wow,
Ooh.
Norloser,
Yeah.
and Odd Ivan.
Me, I will go... Norloser looks very quick. I'm going to say Norloser and Train Game Wow's going to fight it out. And I'm going to put my rabbit out of the hat for this one. I want Morris to get his podium. I want Morris to get a podium.
Alright, I guess it's my turn now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Alright. In P1, you guys go in any order. In P1, we're going to have EVG Timo.
Oh, oh, okay, yeah.
In P2, we're going to have TNR to Jonas, and in P3, we're going to have Max Cyrus.
Bloody hell, look at them two going all very ambitious with Timo being in first place.
And maybe Calvin will get on the podium. I'm just saying that because I know he watches the stream and he's listening to this right now.
Because he loves you off too much, that's why.
Yeah, that as well.
So not only are you so confident that Timo is going to be able to do well today from last place, which, hey, it's not impossible.
I've done it.
It's been done by someone.
I've done it. Hungry, thank you very much. Oh my god, literally, that would be the best memory I could ever think about league racing. On a quali ban as well. That's mad thing.
But even beyond that, you're just confident enough to give us who you think is going to finish in first, second, and third instead of just in any order. So, okay, We're going to see if you're able to get that, Macaulay. And you know what? Honestly, I would say that it's arguably you have the better chance to get that because you know these drivers. You race with them.
I swear to God now, if these 3 drivers end up not finishing the race, I'm probably going to break something. You know? Like, the last... Like, you two curse me a lot when you predict
now you get to curse them.
Not finishing the race. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to curse everyone. Calvin, go win the race for me.
You know what's funny actually, Tim? That Norloser Giant and Train Game, well, all 3 of them are Dutch, so Dutch invasion in the top 6.
Oh boy, well here we go. And the drivers just finding their appropriate positions on the grid. A full field around the Abu Dhabi circuit today. What a fantastic way to cap off Season 9 for Speed Force Racing and the GP2 series. And this is when it all comes down. And the drivers are just ready. You hear those engines revving. You hear those itchy pedal feet. The drivers watching the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in the air. No red lights. We are green for the Speed Force Racing GP2 Series Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Norloser with a fantastic start, but look at John getting an even better start on the inside. Who's it going to be out of turn number 1? It's going to be a side-by-side battle between the Alpine and the Ferrari, but the outside line will prevail. Norloser goes into first, John following closely behind in second, Max Iris in third in the Red Bull. But now John going to try to make a move around the outside of Norloser.
What's a move?
Contact, and Norloser spins around. No wing damage on the Alpine, but he has spun. John in first now. Max Iris in second to Jonas, finding his way into third. And a big cluster in the back as we still have that Alpine of Norloser trying to find his way around. Now we'll take a look at his teammate of Sonicock, who is in 10th place and in a side-by-side battle, at least for a brief moment, with Frederick there and Rogue Smithy. So the 2 Aston Martins pretty much being on the other side of Sonic. Oh, and there's contact with Sonic. He bounces around a little.
Traeger was literally a standstill at the start. Oh, is that gone off? Keck's light's gone off.
Back up to the top 5, and we got Odd Ivan trying to chase down Morris, but Crowhawk just getting around TNR Langfell in that Williams car. So Crowhawk in the Alfa Romeo moves ahead into the 6th position. Langfell, he is dropping down to 7th and maybe even in jeopardy of losing yet another position to Train Game Wow in the AlphaTauri. Train Game Wow right on the back of that Williams, but cannot make a move just yet. And the 3rd sector is the hardest sector to make a pass because there's really not a lot of viable opportunities unless you just have such a significant pace difference. But there goes Train Game Wow trying to make the move, but will he be able to stick some contact? Maybe,
good move.
Goes around.
Cal's going to the pits anyway because he's got to no, that's not Cal, it's Langfeld, Tim. That was Langfeld, not Calvin, that was Langfeld he was fighting. So Langfeld's going to the pits. But yeah, virtual safety cars are due to debris.
No! I actually cursed him. No!
Oh, Calvin's out!
No! I don't want to sound biased, but Calvin's my teammate, man. It's always sad to see.
But yeah, you saw the whole start, Macaulay. Train Game, wow, just stood still.
Yeah, Train Game got what can only be described as an awful start, really. Like, the fact he's only lost 1 position out of that is quite astonishing.
And to be fair, Tim Morris is in 4th. Timo, like you said, Macaulay, he made up, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 4. He made 4 places already, and he's only on the back of Norloser. That's a great start for Timo.
Yeah, the winners and losers at the start. I've got to say that the winners have got to be Jime, Crowhawk, and Timo, really, and the losers, obviously Calvin and Norloser, the crash and spin. Langfeld.
So I got the positions up. So Rogue Smith is our biggest winner in the positions game. He's made 7 positions at the start. Norloser, of course, he's our biggest loser, losing 14 places.
Yeah, it's an awkward one, that incident between Jime and Norloser, because it looked like Jime just tried to sweep around the outside and Nor wasn't cleared on the inside even, so yeah, it will likely go down to the stewards, but we're not really in the position to come to give our verdict on it, as we only saw one camera angle of it.
Well, you know, Macaulay, there is a quote by the great Darrell Waltrip that I always love to use.
Oh, no losers round! No losers round!
Not again. Oh, it's going from bad to worse.
So Norloos are in the 17th position now, trying to pull away as we are back under green. Max Cyrus
that just went
down
round.
Giant.
I saw a car going slowly there, but Timo's now at the 14th, all on the back of X-Gamer.
Yeah, that won't be an easy overtake. X-Gamer loves to make it tough for the drivers to get past him.
Timo is absolutely flying, Tim.
And we might see him fly even more. Timo going to try to use that overtake to get around the Ferrari of X-Gamer. That's last week's winner that you're seeing him pass there. But Timo going to make it look very easy as he gets underneath him and clears him before he
what
gets
happened
to
to
a braking
John?
zone.
John's going very slowly. He's just lost like 5 places.
So John,
We got back for the lead, Ed.
He must have spun. I don't see wing damage on the car, but he has obviously had some sort of incident, and he is at risk at losing a position to Train Game WoW now.
Jonas takes the lead.
Jonas takes the lead. G-Mac. So yeah,
Something's happened to Max Cyrus as well.
Yeah, he's gone slowly. Max Cyrus is going very slowly. I don't know what's going on with Max Cyrus. Has Max Cyrus and John made contact? Because there was the guys doing first and second. Migrating host.
Oh,
Who's that just
goodness.
left?
Oh my goodness, this is okay. This is not good. So what might have happened is that the drivers' cars were put into AI mode because something has caused these drivers to leave the session. So, in short, this might be a lobby glitch.
Oh, F1 in 2021 in their Codemasters. We love them, we do.
It's pretty ironic because their code is probably some of the worst to do with the game, you know?
Well, it's a good job EA is taking over.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like it's really glitching around now, Tim.
It's gonna be a lobby restart. I'm gonna have a look in.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have.
I was about to say, Macaulay, you do have access to the GP2 chat. You can go ahead and give us an update on what's going on.
Nothing I can see that's been said yet. Is there anything that's been said in the comms chat? Nothing either. So
something will be said. Something will be said.
My Discord's just having.
Oh my word! There's not what we would like to be seen here.
Yeah, it's always awkward having these sort of like moments with things that we can't control, but it's part of the game.
Oh dear.
Now my Discord isn't working, it would seem, so I have no idea.
Oh dear. Hey Macaulay, how's your connection?
I'm going to
the inside jokes in SFR.
Cry about it, man.
S-Gamer said he needs an invite.
Yeah, I think everyone's disconnected. I think we're gonna have to rely on the PlayStation chat, really, that you guys can't see.
Well, you can see it still because you're in this chat.
I was talking to the chat.
You was talking to the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonic's just mentioned that everyone's desynced.
And Discord has actually crashed as well. Discord's not working for me.
I think this is going to be a lobby restart, guys.
Well, get something to talk about.
I'm almost wondering. Now, if you remember back in Singapore, there was a similar issue, and the race was awarded half points. I'm almost wondering if that is what's going to have to happen here. There is no championship battle on the line. Carwin Rob already won it weeks ago. So we do have to wait for the admins to give us word about what's happening, guys. So we're sorry that we're stuck in such a weird and impossible moment.
That gave its message. It was so funny.
X-Gamer?
Just look at S-Gamer's message. He goes, "I'll rejoin, and if I start last."
That was Calvin.
That was not Calvin. Surely
that
not.
Was Calvin. Calvin was the one who retired. You bonker.
I really don't recall Calvin.
Mate, I'm looking at it right now. Look.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm lost here.
Oh
Hang on.
my god.
I'm lost. Hang on.
Yeah, we're having a restart. I think Sonic's just called everyone to retire from the race if they are still going. So if they're gonna restart with the same grid,
right, yeah, you win, Macaulay. All right, fine.
Yeah, if you're thinking if they're restarting, they've got to use the same grid. This is a blessing for Norloser.
And there's a plenty of a chain game as well, because he had a very poor start. Morris is not going to be happy about this.
Yeah, Morris is going to be fuming. He was P2 at one point.
And I'll tell you now, Tahir's going to be... Oh, you just got to feel bad for Morris, Tim. He was running second. He was having a strong run.
And, you know, he truthfully was, Oliver, and it is such a shame. But at least him having
Shall we leave the lobby then?
Means that he can do it again.
Are we allowed to leave the lobby, or...? Well, we've got some... Well, and also... Do you want to say as well, Macaulay, Timo had a very awesome start,
yeah,
and he's
Timo's
now...
going to be angry if they do start from the qualifying positions. Because he was up to, what, about 13th, I think? 12th, 13th, after just 3 laps?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Calvin's going to be setting up the lobby.
So, yeah, we'll quick into this decent lobby. So what shall we talk about, guys? What shall we talk about? New season?
Sure, let's go for that. What division do you feel you two are going to be in, let's say?
GP3, all day long.
Tim, do you feel you'd be able to give GP4 a shot, maybe, or...?
No, and truthfully, I wouldn't want to. I would rather have a chance to actually contend for the title rather than just ride around in the back in GP4.
That's reasonable.
I mean, for me, going into this season, the goal was points. Every race, points. It needed to be points. That's what makes it, important for me. Whether it was 10th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I wanted points. And if I can't even get into the top 10 on a regular basis, it's just not worth it for me. So I would rather stay in the division, even if it's the slowest division, that I am competitive in, and hone my craft and polish my craft and then get better gradually, rather than be discouraged by a lack of results.
I know I don't want to be biased here, but which I am going to be now. Can I give a massive shout out to my brother, SFR British guy? Massive shout out from me for actually going from GP5 dominated, then actually after the decision to go to GP4 because it was so goddamn fast, and he was in the title fight as well until he had a few incidents. But he's now, there's been loads of talk now about my brother could go into GP3 with me. So
now,
big massive
teammates.
But that's completely up to my brother. I don't know if that's... I'll have a talk with him about it, but if that's not the case, I might have to reunite with my good friend Shineji.
Well, things to come later on. So, guys, we are going to have to stop the stream for at least a brief moment while we figure out just exactly what's going to happen. So,
go and not have a bit of a chat.
Well, I mean, we have been having a bit of a chat, but
let's turn this into a podcast.
You can we have I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna start a conversation off, which I always do. What do you think of Ferrari next season? Because there's been loads of talk of Ferrari being up there with Red Bull and Mercedes. There's been loads of talk around them.
It's an awkward one, really, because no one's going to know until we get to Bahrain, really. Because there's always going to be hype around Ferrari, because it's Ferrari, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone wants Ferrari to do good. I remember back in Silverstone when Leclerc got overtaken on the penultimate lap. Everyone who wasn't a Lewis Hamilton fan was so sad that Leclerc didn't get that victory, because quite frankly he deserved it there. And you got to be thinking they could have had a win in Monaco if Leclerc didn't, ruin his race before it had begun. But yeah.
We did have our season review show for the F1 season.
Me and you.
Yeah, me and you. I was to say, I was disappointed. I'm not disappointed in Ferrari. I've been really impressed with Carlos Sainz. Charles Leclerc has been sort of been hit and miss, but Carlos Sainz, man. Oh, it's Butchie. I can hear Butchie.
Yeah, that's my dog. He is barking at something, but we do need to stop the stream anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and check on that, and then we will return live shortly, if we are able to. Still waiting on words from the admins there, but thank you all so much for watching, and just keep